Hello everyone, and welcome to Cuphead one last time, I feel, unless they release some DLC. And in this video, I want to show you guys a bunch of secrets that I have seen or accumulated while playing Cuphead, because I've beaten the game to its pretty much fullest extent. The only thing I really could do now is try to S rank every single boss, but I don't feel like that. Because I already got 200% here, and I'm going to show you a bunch of the things that I have unlocked so you can get the most out of your Cuphead. I'm actually on 2-strip mode right now, so let's talk about that. So, one of the things that you can do, straight out the gate, we'll kind of just like bounce around between all the different secrets here. I thought about just doing a video where I like narrated over the top and then patched in all the different things that I'd been doing while I was live streaming, but I feel like it'd be a little bit nicer for us to go in and just kind of show you guys the old-fashioned way. So, let's talk about Aisle 3 here, because there's a lot of stuff on World 3, Aisle 3, whatever you want to call it, that contributes to the secrets in Cuphead. One that I feel is pretty well known, and I've actually made a video on showing you how to do it, and it's 100% completion, is the black and white mode and the vintage audio, the pacifist type stuff. So as you can see right here, I have a little P on my run and gun level here. And the reason for that is because of this guy right here. He talks to you, and when you first meet him, he's like, "Did you know that you don't have to see everything in black and white? You can see things in shades of gray?" And what he means by that is you can go ahead and finish these run and gun levels without doing any damage to any of the enemies, which is pretty cool. And if you do that, you get a P rank, and then that allows you to clear the level with the highest grade. And then if you do all 6 of your levels, or all 6 of your run and gun levels, let me show you here, and you get a P rank on all of them, you get the ability to unlock the black and white mode, which is what this guy will give you. So if you go into options here, you can go into your visual, you can go into your filters, and then put in black and white mode, which is pretty cool. Brings you back a little bit more to the 1930s type, feel. And then another thing you can do is you get vintage audio mode. And that basically just makes everything sound like way more tinny. I don't like it, but it's a little more authentic to the time. But yeah, that's the secret with the turtle. Now, speaking of secrets here on Aisle 3, there's a lot of secrets. There's a lot going on here. So let's just try to crank through Aisle 3 the best that we can. And then there's also going to be secrets that span between all 3 aisles or worlds. I'll exchange between both. Well, let's turn these both off. And let's go up on over this way. And in case you're wondering, you see how these are have yellow flags? Any level that you complete on Expert gets a yellow flag. And then you also get a star next to it in your checklist. And then if you complete it with an S rank, which means you do it completely perfectly on Expert, there's a little S instead of a cup, which is cool. So, speaking of more secrets here, we have these dudes right here. So you may or may not recall, if you played through Cuphead, that these 2 dudes, this guy and then there's also the other guy who talks about lower amounts of keys, kind of go back and forth with each other, talking about how their method's better than the other. So you can go through here, and basically all you have to do, the gramophone guy. So the gramophone and whatever the heck this is over here. If you keep talking back and forth to them, eventually what happens is you unlock another audio mode type thing, only for World 3 though. So let's go talk to this guy, and you'll hear it because I've already done it. I've walked back and forth between them plenty of times. Really, that's all you have to do. Just keep walking back and forth, and eventually they crack and they let you unlock the modes. But he says, "You came back. I suspected you might. I can tell you have an appreciation for true art. Behold my minimalist masterpiece." And then it changes it to, piano. Except it's not working now. Oh my god. You choked, gramophone. There it is. And then you have this music instead of what we were listening to before, which is the default with this guy. I like the piano. I like the minimalist a little bit more. I think it's cool. But speaking of secrets, there's so many here on World 3. Let's go talk to this dude. So this dude, "My stars, you did it. You are truly grade A in my book. Now you can see the world as I do." So the first time you talk to this guy, he's pretty pompous, and he's like, "Did you know that there's a Class A society and then kind of everybody else?" And he really just kind of puts himself up on a high horse and acts like he's better than everybody in the world. And in order to get on his good side, you have to be a grade A type dude. So to do that, it's pretty straightforward. I can't really show you because I'd have to go through every single boss level, but basically what you do is you just try to get good grades. Now, I don't know what exactly you need in terms of grades. I think you kind of need an average and then also a minimum of a B. Does that make sense? So the lowest grade that you can have is a B. If you have a B minus, it's not going to work. But then you also need to have like a certain average of it close to an A, if that makes sense. So I have a bunch of P ranks, which skyrockets that up. I have a couple of S ranks, which skyrockets that up. And then I also have a bunch of A's, but I also have a bunch of B's and B pluses. So really you just have to reach a point where your grades are high enough, and then he'll be like, hey, you're one of me, fam. And when you talk to him, he says you can go check out a new visual option in your settings here. And what he gives you is the 2-strip mode, which is apparently how he sees the world. Which kind of makes sense, because he sees like class A people and then everybody else. So he kind of sees the world only in 2 ways, which kind of makes you feel like black and white would be good for him. But 2-strip is what you unlock with him, which is kind of cool. Kind of got some like blues or cyans and a bunch of orange is how he sees the world. And you can use this. So again, I don't really like using the visual modes because it gets really hard to play the game. Like I like walking around with them. But when you actually go against the bosses, it's really hard to see what's pink and what's not. Like all the pink items turn orange in 2-strip mode. So it's a little hard, but it's good for achievement hunting. And if you like it, maybe you like it. But I'm going to switch this back here. And now let's go into a little bit more in terms of secrets here. Now we're going to start getting into secrets that kind of span between all 3 of the worlds, because each one kind of has their own thing. Speaking of the coins and speaking of the like little secret areas that you can walk around in to get to areas of the map that, you know, may have been blocked off. So each one of the 3 worlds kind of has like a secret area that you can walk around in, like I was saying. The one for world 3 is right over here. You just go whoop. You just go sneak up behind in here. Ta-da, you come out on the other side. I don't remember what it looks like before you complete everything, so I don't know how useful this one is, but it is a thing. So let's go over to world 2 and see what the world 2 one is. But before we get too set up on world 2 here, showing you like the secret area behind the mountain, this little quartet here, if you recall the first time you run into these guys, they're really sad and there's only 3 of them. So what you need to do in this here is, hopefully I can bring up my footage from when I did it on stream, but you just really need to walk over to the other side of the map. Not even the other side of the map, just a little bit to the left, and you'll find the 4th guy. So it's literally like right over here. And again, I'll try to patch it in, but if you walk over here, he's hiding right here. And you just talk to him and he goes back over to his buddies, and then you can listen to a song, which I'll play for you right here, and then we'll get back onto the secret areas here.
It's nice to rest your eyes and maybe go outside. Grab a book and get some air. So what are you waiting for? Why not take a quick break? Tune the radio. There's chores to do, there's leaves to rake. Strum the old banjo. You can practice your Lindy Hop. And maybe later sing with your barbershop. Why not take a little quick break and come back for more? Then come back for more. Please come back for more.
Ta-da! So that's that, which is pretty cool. And, oh, did they take away my music from me? Oh, that breaks sometimes. Like, the music just turns off and you gotta bring it back. But without the music here, let's continue onward. And I'll show you the little secret over here. So, the secret of this map, where you can kind of sneak behind things, is right over here, which is pretty cool. And then there's actually a couple more things here on aisle 2, which I'll show you. And this one's actually really nice for sneaking straight across the map. I'm really sad the music's gone, but this guy's another secret right here. So this guy, hey, I heard you managed to parry 4 times in a row. If you talk to him the first time, he talks about parrying 4 times in a row. If you do successfully do that, he goes ahead and he gives you a coin. Now, I already got the coin, so it's not going to show up, but if you don't have the coin, it's like, hey, you just got a coin. Just like anytime you get a coin, like a secret coin on the map, which we have to talk about that too. This light bulb guy, he kind of has like a secret dialogue, but not really. You just go talk to the dude in the pond where it tells you how many times you died, and then that's like your secret. Not that big a deal. This girl right here, she will give you a coin as well. Thanks, fellas. I knew there was a faster way across the island. So, this girl, I was told, all you gotta do is like complete one of these levels and then it lets you cross on over and she'll give you a coin. It could also be that you go ahead and you sneak behind there and she gives it to you. I'm not sure. Somebody can clarify that in the comments. Either way, you get through the game, you do those things, she'll give you a coin. Just don't forget to go talk to her because she will give you an extra coin, which is really useful when you're trying to, you know, get all of the charms here because you do not have enough coins just through the run and gun levels. I'm really pissed off that these guys took away my sound. There, now I got my sound back. Sometimes the audio doesn't load in. But that should be it for World 2, if I recall. Not counting, like, finding the secret coins and all that type of stuff. And then, actually, speaking of McDude over here with the parrying, a really good spot to do that is on King Dice, because all of those cards run at you. The cards running at you is a great opportunity to go ahead and parry 4 times. I can probably patch in a little bit of clip right here, showing me doing it. And then he'll give you a coin next time you go talk to him, which is pretty cool. And then World 1 isn't too laden with secrets, if I recall. There's more like secret coins and that type of stuff jazzed up around in here. But right here, there's actually a secret coin. Right next to this dude, you'll see it, and then that'll kind of like remind you that you gotta start looking for coins. But one of the secrets here in this level is pretty simple. It's just right here. Woo! And I'm pretty sure you get an achievement for that one, which is pretty cool. So, keep that in mind. And now, one other big thing in terms of secrets here. Secrets. Is getting all of the coins. And if you unlock all of the coins, this guy will talk to you and he'll give you a different line. I gather you gathered up all of my hidden coins, huh? Well, finders keepers is my motto. Now run along, you little mugs, before I change my mind. Now, in terms of the secret coins, I think I have a decent amount of them still recorded. I can't remember where they all are because I did it and then, you know, I wasn't recording, I was live streaming. So I will try to show you all the different ones that I found. Worst comes to worst, you can go ahead and like Google where they all are, but I know one's right here, and then I'm gonna go into my live stream footage and show you right now all the other ones that I found. Oh, there's one. It's right here. There it is. Thank you. Where's it behind this thing? Oh, there it is. High roller. There you go. Good call. And I mean, now that I'm looking through this, I think that might be it. If I'm missing something, please let me know. I might have forgotten something here, but that's like just about all of the secrets that I can think of on Cuphead. So in case you're kind of wondering how to get the most out of your Cuphead, unlock a few more things, that's how you do it. In terms of getting 200%, you just got to go ahead and unlock all the stuff in your run and gun levels. I don't know if you have to P rank them, and then you just have to go ahead and you have to expert all of the worlds here, which is hard. Honestly, I'd say the easiest one's the devil, which is kind of interesting, but yeah, that's it. That's how you do all the things. That's how you get all the stuff. So, if this was helpful to you and you didn't know all these different secrets, please let me know in the comments down below. Go ahead and leave a like if you haven't already. And if you haven't, go ahead and subscribe. That way you can see more things that I upload around here. We play lots of games around here. Cuphead was one of them. We had a lot of fun with it. We completed everything on live stream, which was pretty intense. And I don't know, I really liked it. So I hope you guys enjoyed Cuphead as much as I did. Thank you all so much for being a part of this series. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video.